Hi. Thank you. Hi. So first and foremost, welcome. My name is Gianni Brollo. I'm 19. I turned 19 a few weeks ago. Very strange to say it. And let me introduce myself. I have been granted a principal nomination for the United States Air Force Academy. I've been given a nomination for the United States Naval Academy. I've been accepted also at the United States Coast Guard Academy, and I went through the process of applying to all of these academies, applying to ROTC, and yes, and I've been researching everything in order also to get via OCS or OTS, depending on the branch, to become a pilot in the United States military. So I'm very much informed about this topic, and I would like to share my thoughts and experiences with you, so that you, once you will apply to one of these academies, or once you will choose a path to go, if your dream is to become a pilot or just serve the most honorable way in one of these service academies, you will be able to know everything about it. So feel free to text me. I will link here my Instagram. You can text me anytime for any issues or questions, and have fun watching my videos, and watch all of them because they're going to be very informative. Good luck. I've been living in Germany all my life. I was born here. I'm a dual US citizen and Italian citizen. My parents are from Italy and are working here in Germany. So, in that sense, it's been harder, to get in and to find out all the information because, as you know, I do not live here. My dream was to be a fighter jet pilot. F-22 is pretty cool and pretty awesome. So that would have been my goal. And things often lead you in ways that you wouldn't have expected, especially for me. But, let's not dive too much into that. What I want to say is, I wish there would have been videos like those that I'm gonna highlight to you, and the one that I will be making. Yeah, the ones I will be making. So, if you want to get into a service academy, it's actually pretty easy. You just have to have a high GPA. Aim for 3.6, 3.7, 3.8 is very good. I'm talking about unweighted, okay? The academy looks mostly at unweighted GPA first. Then, of course, you do your IP exams, you do your college credit exams and all that stuff, and the weighted GPA is a huge portion and shows determination, commitment, and leadership potential, because you tackle things that are not necessary, but show that you're dedicated. So, but mostly think about having a high unweighted GPA, so 3.7, do everything you can about it, 3.7 plus. If you have 4.0, great. Then take some IB and college credit classes, very important. Don't take too many, take a few, boost up your weighted GPA, but take the ones that you can score well in. STEM ones usually are very important, so mathematics and physics, and do them pretty well, because the academy also wants to see someone who puts in effort and work. They want to see a well-rounded person. But if you just take an IB class and you take 10 of those, too much of course, but you take a lot of those and then you score mediocre on all of them, it's not as good as taking 4 and scoring perfect on all 4. So, having said this, now we can move on. SAT, get a 1450, more or less. Then you're in the top 75%, at least at USAFA. So that's good. Score 1400 plus, I would say 1450. As most of them take super scores, just aim for a high math score in the first one. Once you get it, then aim in the second SAT or third one for a high English score. And so then you put them together, the first and the third, first or second, whatever. And then you have a high math in the first exam, high English in the third exam. You put them together. Whoa, you have a high overall score and you have a good score in both. Then athletics, that's the important part. So you should be a varsity player somewhere if you want to get into a service academy. Like, that's the basis, foundation. If you're not, it's it's time. So whatever you like, soccer, football, volleyball, do it. You know, if it's, for example, which is very important, if you want to go to the Coast Guard Academy, do sailing. If you want to go to the Naval Academy, do sailing. You know, if you want to go to the Air Force Academy, be involved in aviation extracurriculars. For example, okay, JROTC, where you can get a PPL paid for by the government, perfect. But I'm saying, for example, join a glider club. If you're not in JROTC, get your glider's license. It's 3,000 euros, or freedom units. It's $3,000. It's not too much, 4,000. So do it. It's a fun experience, and it's the basis of flying. It's the best flying you'll ever get, and a great preparation for what will come in UPT. So, having said this, now we move on from a good SAT score, which shows the foundation. If you want to, because I'm talking about SAT because ACT has also the science department, and you know, you have to learn more. So for the SAT, it's pretty standardized, and I'm gonna point out now. Look in the description. There are so many videos that explain every single question of the SAT on how to solve the question itself. Because as the test is standardized, the answers are standardized. In that sense, it's easier to get things right by only knowing how the question is structured and how the answers are appropriately put together. So you can get a high score by, you know, learning how the SAT is made, instead of only looking at each question individually. But the videos are gonna explain it perfectly. So look at all of them. I'm gonna list them now. Then, once you have the high SAT, high GPA, academics portion is good off. Then you're gonna start to look at, as I said, the athletics. Varsity is important. Try to be a captain somewhere, and try to get involved in as many as possible. This time, as many. You know, college classes, I said not too many, but do well on them. Athletics, do as much as you can. As much as you can, everywhere. And try to, in the ones that you really enjoy and like, be a captain or a co-captain or have a leadership role, show commitment. That's important. Then we move up to community service. Do voluntary work. Do it wherever you want. Pet shelter, do it at some, do it, for example, giving out food and groceries for the homeless people. There are a lot of these places everywhere. I don't know. Search at the church, that's also very good. And it's a great, valuable experience for yourself and your soul also. So it's not just like, you will enjoy it, trust me. So it's rewarding to know that you're doing good for your community and also yourself. Then we move up to a very important topic, and that's the essays. Put in your soul, put in experiences you had that shaped yourself, okay? Don't put just a regular experience that you had. I will say it. So, the academies often look at diversity and often look at some sort of trauma that has been resolved, and where you show that through leadership and commitment and dedication, you were able to confront the situation and walk victoriously out of it. So, for example, if you had some traumatic event in the childhood, nothing too personal, you know, you don't have to say anything too personal about yourself that you're not wishing to tell anyone, but something that really stuck with you and hurt you, but you were able to, by hard work and really facing it, to get over it and to really affront it, and that's what the academy is looking for, really. Some sort of, as every other application, some people look at, you can say that, you know, some racial discrimination. If that happened to you, tell it, because that's important, and that shows that you can get out of every. Okay, so the truth is, and that's just what has worked for me. Maybe it's not work. Maybe it will not work for you. But so I was only able to do all of this and to get accepted at these places and to show that I'm able to do this by having a nice life. Because I enjoyed my life. I enjoyed these late nights because I live in Germany of the time zone differential, to 10 in the evening to 11 in the evening, 1 hour SAT boot camp. I only enjoyed this because, and training for Ninja Warrior and training for calisthenics and all that stuff. I only enjoyed it so much because that's what I like. And because I worked 4 hours a day most of the days, and because then I was going out with girls. That was beautiful, fantastic. And I was meeting up with a lot of friends, and I was doing all these different kind of activities that I all enjoyed. I enjoyed training for Ninja Warrior. I enjoyed meeting up with girls. I enjoyed going out with friends. I enjoyed learning. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't bad. It was cool. The SAT bootcamp was very cool. There were funny people there. We were talking and stuff. We were doing these exercises. Then all the time, whatever. It was nice. I enjoyed it a lot. And learning and really giving it all on my exams for my diploma, high school. This was all cool for me. So the real truth is, if you enjoy what you're doing, then you're also enjoying everything. Because you shouldn't just say, once I reach the Air Force Academy, my life is perfect. Because that's what I thought, for like a few weeks. And then I started falling in love with the process of getting to it. And then it was like, it's actually cool as fuck. So I enjoy what I'm doing right now, Maybe even as much as I will enjoy my time at USAFA. Because the truth is, the academies are horrible. Like, you don't get any sleep. It might look like a lot of fun, but it's not too much fun at the end. Like, you get yelled at all the time. Usually in the first year, you are treated like whatever. Of course, it's worth it, and it's a unique experience that no one else can get with a regular college. It's free, and it has so many extracurricular opportunities. So you get to launch a satellite into space. Like, who does this, And whatever. So it's cool as fuck. And of course, if you want to be a pilot afterwards, ta-da, you're set, Perfect. But it's not enjoy your time also before that. Like, the whole year before that, applying and going through the whole process. It's rewarding. And we don't get to do all of this all the time. Like interviews with captains, colonels, whatever. The ranks may not even be that important. With people that have lived through it and have all the experiences, people that are really admirable and everyone should look up to do that you're doing the interviews with. It's not something you should take for granted that you're able to do an interview like that a congressperson, a congressman, congresswoman, or a senator may nominate you for an academy. That's a huge honor. That's a huge honor to get invited to do the interviews there. So once you will get there and once you will do the interviews, you should just speak from your heart. Because they will also know if you're the right person. They have lived through it. They have gone through the interviews themselves. And they have also went to the academy. They went to the academy. They know how it's going. And so they will know if you're the right pick. Because you should not stress that much about the interview itself. If you stress about the interview, it means you have not come prepared directly. If you prepared the whole year going forward, finding out everything you have to know, and also doing your best to be perfectly prepared academically, mentally, and I would also say, some sort of like, of course, physically, then you shouldn't worry. Just go there and do the interview. They tell you why do you want to go to the Air Force Academy? Well, because I want to serve our nation in the most honorable and best way, having one of the most elite and really academically and physically challenging educations and training that's out there in the whole world by the Air Force Academy itself, which also then gives me the perfect pathway to becoming an Air Force pilot. That's just, but it should come out of you like it's natural, because that's just what you want to do. So don't worry too much about the interviews. Just do them, and and tell them about what you did to come here, and what you will do once you're there, and what you will do once you get out. It's not too deep. I'm honest. If you really want it, and if you really do everything for it, then nothing can go wrong. Just enjoy it. Enjoy every minute of it. Enjoy the process, and enjoy being able to live through this experience. That's very rewarding, very challenging, but also very rewarding. And yeah, do your best. Really, you got this. And so now we come to the part that no one wants to talk about. Medical. So let's say you have an allergy, okay, for peanuts. But let's say this allergy is very minor. So if you eat a peanut, you don't die. You just need to, itch yourself, feel itchy, whatever. It's nothing serious, okay? Let's say you have this. It's disqualifying on the list of conditions. Don't say it, okay? Don't say it. Let's say you had a concussion when you were 10 years old, but you've been perfect since whatever. Don't say it. Now we come to what you should say, okay, what you should tell them. Did you have a shoulder operation? Yes? Tell it, you're healed now. You can do everything that you did before. You can do all that stuff. You can you can, do it. Tell them, yes, I had it. And take the statement from the doctor that states, after the surgery and operation, everything went perfectly, and he can do every exercise at full intensity like anybody else. That's the meaning of a waiver, saying exactly this. Even though he had this condition, he is perfectly fit and doesn't have to be treated in a special way by us, and can comply with all the physical standards. So you tell it, okay? Let's say you had an eye operation, like LASIK. You tell it. It's allowed. Do it. So let's say you have had asthma, okay? If you're perfectly fine now, you had it when you were younger, you're perfectly fine now, and doctors prove that you're perfectly fine, you tell it, okay? Because most of the time, they have your records, okay? I'm saying this about the peanut allergy because maybe they don't have these small, not so important records, they don't have them. But for something important regarding your real health, and that could kill you and severely damage you, that's what you tell. And that's what waivers are for, okay? Because, I'm sorry, but if you're colorblind, you're colorblind, okay? You can try to get in. If you pass .merp somehow, you can try to pass it there. But I've known a lot of people who passed .merp somehow and then got immediately disqualified because the tests are harder. You need to be aware of some certain conditions that will not enable you to fulfill your dreams, unfortunately. That's a hard truth to say, but it has to be done. If you're colorblind, and not just very, very merely colorblind, if you're strongly colorblind, I'm sorry, you cannot be a pilot in the Air Force. You can be a pilot elsewhere, but not in the Air Force. And that's some sad reality, unfortunately. That's just how it is. So, and don't gamble your future away, because if you enter the academy and you comply with the Air Force Academy DoD standards, and then you get to your last year, you do the pilot's medical, and then you fail, well, you need to work 5 years in a job that you don't like. So that's not worth it, okay? Especially after 4 years of hard work and determination, not worth it. So know your limits, and don't say, if you know your limits and you know you can do it, don't say, what you're not asked to say. Okay, that's all I want to say. A lot of people don't say it, and I will get strongly hated, and maybe I'm even going against the law. I hope not. But that's just what I would do. That's not what I did. I complied with the law and I told everything the correct way. But if you feel like you don't have to say anything and it's not hurting you or anybody else, don't say it. So now we have done the medical. Now we go on to the physical. Okay, PFE or CFA, whatever. Just your push-ups and pull-ups and dips and whatever you. So Air Force Academy. First, the basketball throw on your knees. Just I'm gonna put in the link in the description for the video you have to watch. Watch it. It's very important. The video will help you and will guide you for everything. My biggest tip is become a machine. Okay. How to train for push-ups and pull-ups. There's David Goggins explaining nickels and dimes. I incorporated that in my routine. So after your workout, your regular workout, you do 5 pull-ups and 10 push-ups. So 5 pull-ups, then 10 push-ups every minute on the minute for about 15 minutes. This means you start your timer on your phone, okay? It starts 01, 02, 03, okay? You do 5 pull-ups and you do 10 push-ups. Let's say you're at 40 seconds, you rest for 20 seconds. When the 1 minute mark hits, you go back to it again. And you do this for 15 minutes. You're gonna die after 6 minutes. But it will push you to your limits. And if you do this every day, or 6 to 7 days a week, 7 is every day, 6 days a week, trust me, your body can regenerate, okay? Let's do this. For people who are new to it, do 3 pull-ups, 6 push-ups, 3-4 days a week, okay? But after 3 months, you're gonna do 20 pull-ups and you're gonna do 100 push-ups. That's just how it works, okay? That's just how it works. With hard work and determination, you can get anywhere. Then, running, go for a run. I mean, it's not that deep. You warm up well, because don't get injured, warm up well, and then go for a run. Run for 10 minutes, then run for 20 minutes the next day, then run fast for 10 minutes, then run fast for 20 minutes. Just run. The more you run, the better your health is going to be, and the better you're going to be prepared. So now we covered the academical part, the physical part, the medical part, the nomination part, and whatever I said about the nomination is also compliant with the interview itself that you're gonna get with your ALO. Just do it, and be honest, and show them why you're the right person. Show them why you want to go there. You need to know it from your heart, okay? Just say it. Say you want to serve in the best and most honorable way and do great and inspire the new generation by the actions and leadership roles that you take and pursue on. Then now we go to the essays and to the letters of recommendation, okay? We work in timelines here. If you want to get a letter of assurance, LOA, you need to submit your package by the end of August. Okay, not too bad. So you reach out to your English, mathematics, and let's say physics. That's STEM, also important, but you can choose whoever you want. Another teacher, these 3 teachers. You go there, and then you tell them, so I need this filled out. You put in their email, they will get the email, and you do this by, let's say, May, okay? August you have it filled out, May you tell your teachers, or April, but let's say May, okay? May you tell them, also before June at most. You tell them, I need this. And they will say, okay, we will do this for you, okay. And then your school counselor, you do the same. You tell them, April, I need all of this information filled out. I need my class rank, I need my GPA about in the last years, I need all of this information. And you say, okay, I will do this. So then you have this covered up. The earlier you do it, the better. And you just explain it to them. They have done it in the past. They will do it in the future. They will do it for you if you do it the right way. So as early as you can, explain it to them in the most respectful and efficient way, and then they will also do it for you. They are glad to help, trust me. Then, letters of recommendation. Also as early as possible, and ask about people that have known you since a lot of time and where you really think that they will say good things about you because they know what you've done. And for example, you have worked and you have helped, of course voluntarily, I mean, will work. So you have voluntarily helped in your community church since you have been a little child. That's it. You ask the pastor of the church to write a letter of recommendation. Let's say you're a football coach. You've been a varsity player for over 8 years. You've played there since you were young. That's the place to go, you know? That's it. Not harder than this. Really not harder than this. Essays. I already talked about essays. So that's all you have covered up. And I mean, be honest, be happy, be grateful, and do your best. Really. You can do it. If I could do it, then 100% you can do it. Like, there's nothing special about me. Nothing. That's just hard work, determination, and joy for the game. Also, okay, something important. Try to learn new languages. Mostly at school they will offer Spanish, so you learn English and Spanish fluently and perfectly. Sometimes they will offer French. Well, learn French. Learn French, you know? It's good to know 3 languages. It's better to know 4. It's perfect to know 5, 6, 7, whatever. The more things you can do that will make you show your true potential and commitment to whatever life throws at you, do it. And be happy once you do everything. Thank you very much. I hope these videos will guide you well, and I wish the best for you, really, I do.